Hello and welcome to Travel Aura, where, just like for many others in the travel industry, Travel Aura has not been able to travel anywhere in particular over the past 12 months or so because of the restrictions that were put in place owing to COVID-19. Hopefully things will improve for the better for all of us very soon. But that meant that the last video published by Travel Aura was back in April, and that featured the day-to-day changeable weather throughout the month of March, cycling along the promenade from Rossall Beach to Fleetwood. Why? Because that's where the Travel Aura team is based. It also meant that during that time that a member of the Travel Aura team invented a character called Nigel Cecil and called themselves an entertainment entrepreneur. And the idea was to respond to show business friends who had sent in emails and opinions to Nigel and said, "Nigel, please may we ask your advice?" And that meant his equitable friends and show business personalities who were members of Equity, the Actors and Entertainers Trade Union in the United Kingdom, got a chance to hear their opinions and the opinions of Nigel coordinated together. Now, the last video from Nigel may be of interest to everybody in the travel industry because it gives a warning about COVID-19 and hopefully some better news for the future. It was meant to cheer up a local personality in the northwest of England who was awarded an M.B.E for his charitable work within the area. A real live character and celebrity called Fred Fielder. So please join us and have a look at this video, and just like it sends a message of hope to Fred, we hope it brings a message of hope to all of us for the opening of the travel industry for everybody's success. Thank you for watching Travel Aura.
Nigel Cecil, Equity as you like it.
Especially for my equitable friends. Hello, Chakabatis. Nigel Cecil here, responding to my equitable friends. And Hilary has been looking through all the emails, haven't you, Hilary? Yes, and that's the reason I'm wearing the Nigel Cecil designed Equity face mask. Because most of the questions this particular week have been about the special representative conference that Equity is holding in London next week, over 2 days, staying in the hotel. The representatives from Scotland, Ireland, Wales and the rest of England all coming together. And apparently some members were saying, well, what's Equity's role in looking after their duty of care of Equity members? Because apparently there's no social distancing and very minimal COVID-19 restrictions in place. What, Hilary? Oh, shut up about that. Yes, I'll take it off then. Yes, thank you, Hilary, because we're in a bubble with Hilary, aren't we? Yes, and Hilary's mentioned, of course, that our very good friend here in the northern parts of England, where I am at the moment, yes, is Fred Fielder. Now, Fred, a former Equity member, is a real character. He was awarded an M.B.E a few years ago for his charitable work. A disc jockey I met back in the late 90s. Late 90s? What are you talking about, the late 90s? Well, I don't like giving my age away, Hilary, do I? No, it was actually the late 60s. Shh, don't tell anybody. No. And in fact, Fred went on to be the mainstay of BBC Radio Manchester with his programme, and he does hot air ballooning. Well, yes, Hilary, will you shut up? I know, Hilary, I've got plenty of hot air. Yes, but so this video is also a message for Fred, because he's not been very well. Not been very well. He's had that C19, and Tony Flynn and his pal Carl from Salford Media popped down to see Fred to try and cheer him up. And I thought, well, Nigel can have a go as well. So why don't we join into the recording that Tony did with Joan, Fred's partner, and see what they have to say. So you ready? Over to Tony a couple of days ago.
At last, I'm delighted to say we're back with Fred and his delightful carer Joan at his house in Astley, the Moss. As you know, he's been a bit poorly, and we've come down to see him because we do really care for him. We do, despite what we say. And he's going to tell us about his trials, tribulations, his illness, and a warning for people. Fred, take it away.
Hi everybody.
Wednesday, I just
we just went to A&E, and when we got there, they did a coronavirus test on you, and you were positive. Yeah, so you had to be admitted.
Yeah. So then I go on ward H2 as a COVID patient, and I used to think at one time this COVID-19 was all a scam. It was also perpetrated by government influence on people to do away with them and inject them with little microcells and nanotechnology. I don't know. I listened to all the theories and I thought it's all a load of bull. That's why I asked Carl and Flynn to come down today to let them know it's not bull. It exists. And I've never felt so ill in all my life as I do today.
So Fred saying he never felt so ill as he did today, which makes you wonder, as I mentioned before, about the duty of care of a trade union to its members. Should members be put in a position where they have to say, well, is it worth the risk going, or do they take the trade union's word for it? Do they take Equity's word for it? You see, because when you look at theatres, quite a number of theatres, thinking of their duty of care with audiences, still require audiences mixing for a couple of hours to have either double jab proof or some sort of test. What sort of? I never know the test, but some sort of test as well. Whereas apparently with Equity, it's all, well, if you want to do it, you can. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. And by the way, we're all meeting for meals and all eating together. That's what they say with all the members. So it makes you think. It makes you think, does it? Now, I don't want to appear to be a whistleblower about this. And I've got my whistle here. Why? Because it's one of those staged links to another part of the Fred video, isn't it? So I tell you what, I'm not a whistleblower, but plenty of people think I am. So I'll blow my whistle and let's go back to Fred. Tony, that's for you.
He's got a whistle around his neck, I noticed.
Oh.
Acme Thunder, no doubt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is an Acme. So tell him what it is.
This whistle that Fred has got round his neck is for him to draw my attention should I have strayed out of his sick bedroom. Although I must say that I do get reprimanded for not being quite quick enough getting here when...
Yes, Joan might get jokingly reprimanded, but of course, Nigel, I get reprimanded all the time, don't I, Hillary? Yes, I mean, Hillary, some sort of say, is Hillary your butler? Well, actually, Fred Fielder in his house has got quite an interesting butler. Why don't we let Fred introduce your butler, Fred?
I'll introduce him to him. Come along, Boris. There's some people here that want to see you. Say hello. Here he is. Kill! Kill! Good, eh?
Good indeed, Fred, good indeed. Well, of course, Nigel doesn't wish to miss out on the fun of helping Fred recover. So, Fred, I'm all prepared because, as you know, both you and I have been to India. And of course, I've got that special diploma in exotic Ayurvedic massage. And I will be popping around. I've got my vapor rub, my special Granny's vapor rub, which will be all right rubbing on the nether regions to bring them back into life, and of course, yes, my rough and smooth for you, and finally, my special copyrighted designed scrubbing brush, and this will give you a massage that you'll never forget. So, scrubbing brush is at the ready. Let's go. Let Fred have a little say to us. All right, Fred, over to you with Tony and Carl and Joan. Over to Fred.
Yeah, I hope I've cleared up a few things in life. My gratitude to the NHS and everything that they do. And, you know, take it serious. I am. Look after yourselves.
Well, thanks, Fred, for that message. And I know that lots of your friends have been posting on Facebook, wishing you a speedy recovery and sending you all their love. So, you know, Nigel's going to be on his way soon. And I've actually got well, you know me for being tight. I've got a wine fund all set up to put the money in to bring you some wine. I mean, what more could you ask? Yes, Hillary's just reminded me that you used to like a little bit of a blow yourself, didn't you? So let's turn the clock back with this video from Tony, Salford Media, and see you having a big... I can't say that, can I? No, I can't, but I can say, yes, I can say, Fred, I'm going to come round and use all my hot air to give a real good blow on your didgeridoo. Is that all right, Fred? You would like a good big blow on your didgeridoo? No, I'll shut up before I get banned. Yes, over to Fred.
Good, eh?
Nigel Cecil, joining with everyone else, all of Fred's friends saying, Fred, get well soon. All right, Fred, it's over to you.
Nigel Cecil, equity as you like it.